It goes by the name of lean, purple drank, and double cup, and is included in the lyrics of many rap songs. It's codeine, and dealers in Soweto are doing a roaring trade, selling it in the streets.
Here in Zola, Soweto, Siphe and his friends source their lean from various places.
Some people get it directly from the pharmacy. Some people have connections within the pharmacy, so they have friends who actually deal with these things. Maybe they deliver them, or they're the ones that pack the thing. So they have contacts with them, and then it's easier access than having to go to a pharmacy, because some pharmacies still want a doctor's note to actually be able to give you some. So people that have connections now.
A local dealer agreed to speak to us if we concealed his identity.
I was dealing with like 4 pharmacies, but I had my special pharmacy that I was using. The other 3 pharmacies I was using, I was using them when there's no product on that pharmacy that I was using. So I just had like 4 connections on pharmacies, like in terms of getting the codeine and buying the product and stuff in bulk.
And they knew what you were going to do with it?
Yes, they knew.
He says people come to him for lean in case doctors and pharmacists ask questions.
Because I don't ask many questions, I just give them the product and they just give me the money. So there's that relationship that we have with them. So other people cannot go to the pharmacist, because now on some other pharmacy they'll be like asking too many questions, especially if you want to get like 3 or 4. So with me I can even give you like 10 of them without like asking anything.
A former dealer showed us how easy it is to buy codeine from a pharmacy. He bought 17 bottles of Broncleer in one transaction. No questions asked.
In Zola, let me just say that there's a lot of people who have like started selling codeine. So there's a lot of dealers. If I'm not mistaken, it might happen that we are like 25 now or something, dealers of codeine only.
I remember one instance where I went to interview someone at a pharmacy, and they were selling multiple bottles of codeine syrup to young people who came in before they were going to a party, for example, to get high. So that does seem a problem. So I think we can't say there's, it's only one age and gender group. I think there are different problems in different sectors of the population.
Professor Charles Perry conducted one of the biggest national surveys of drug usage for the Medical Research Council in 2016. He says codeine usage is rife. Instead of taking the prescribed amount of 5 mils every 5 hours, people are drinking entire 100 milliliter bottles in a day.
We shouldn't ignore the problem of young people misusing codeine products, particularly the codeine which is sold in syrup form, such as Benylin cough syrups.
The stats from the study are alarming.
It was 1.5% of males and 2.3% of females in the South African National Representative Sample who said that they used codeine products, for example, to get high, so not for therapeutic use. Basically, we're talking of, say, on average, about 2% of the adult population of South Africa. If the population of South Africa is about 60 million, we could have as many as 600,000 people in South Africa who are misusing codeine products.
Jerry thinks it's popular because it's such a cheap high.
I'll be like getting the product where like they'll be selling it for like at the cheaper price, about 25 bucks. So selling the Broncleer, I'll be selling it with 35 rand. So I'll be making the profit of how much? I'll be making the 10 rand profit. On my good days, it might happen that I sold like 80 bottles a day, maybe 100 sometimes, 50 sometimes. If like it depends on how much money people are willing to buy that product. So if there's a lot of hype, it might happen that I can even sell 200 containers of codeine a day.
Pharmaceutical Society past president Johan Krier is well aware of the codeine problem and has been searching for solutions for several years. Being a Schedule II drug, it can be sold over the counter.
South Africa is one of the very few countries in the world that still has codeine available as an over-the-counter or a pharmacist prescribed medication. along with Australia, where it was recently upscheduled to prescription only. Some countries like Greece, you cannot bring in codeine-containing products at all. United States, of course, being the biggest user of medication, it is available without a prescription there.
He says pharmacists are meant to keep a record.
So the patient have to give their name, address, phone number each time that a codeine-containing product is being sold to them there.
Because that in itself will sort of act as a deterrent for the person who will know, sort of, oh, I've got to leave my ID number and everything. Maybe somebody, but no, they're not doing it. So to the people, it's just carte blanche. So now I can go and buy as much as I can and want to.
Griffith Mulewa is from the Health Products Regulatory Authority. He says there are rules governing how much codeine you can sell at once.
One per customer, not more than one. But unfortunately, when you look at the doctors and the pharmacists, they don't follow that rule.
Here in Zola, people see little wrong with their lean addiction. It's easy to source, and dealers, like this one, sell from their homes.
Is it a rent?
Yeah, it's a rent though. Now 5 tag is still paying. 35 Broncleer.
Still paying 5 tag?
Sure.
Sipe has seen the effects on some of his friends.
I've had friends who passed out in front of me, drinking lean. I've had friends who went to the hospital and been hospitalized for maybe a week because of lean.
But he feels it's safe as he's only aware of one lean-related death.
The only person who died in 2001. DJ Screw, he's actually the person they said he started drinking lean. He's the only person that died, and he started drinking lean back then in the 90s.
I didn't think that maybe like there will be some harmful effects that will happen to somebody. If there might be, it may be like the seizure or the blackout from the codeine. There won't be any like serious like problem.
In reality, codeine abuse can be serious.
Long-term effects on the body is if codeine is used in excessively high dosages, it can suppress your breathing. You can actually die from that. It can also have an effect on the liver because the liver's got to detoxify that and excrete it. And if it suppresses your appetite, your body will go to waste, your immune system will go down there because you don't feel hungry there.
If you take it for long periods of time, it can irritate one's gastric system and put pressure on the livers and kidneys. So I think we do need to be careful about that. And we think we can take these things with impunity.
With dialysis costing around 120,000 rands per patient per year, the cost to our health system is massive. There are all sorts of side effects to codeine abuse.
You are taking codeine, you are mixing it with alcohol. What do you expect? It will be just a dynamite inside one's body.
When we return, reckless dispensers or helpful pharmacies.
Now, why don't you come yourself to the pharmacy and come see for yourself what is happening?
Okay, I'll do that.
Don't bark so far.